Let's get right to it. Your password might be a joke. And I don't say that to alarm you. I say it to wake you up. Welcome back, and if you're here, I already know something important about you. You care. You're not drifting through the digital world hoping for the best. You're intentional. You want to stay ahead, not just safe. And today, we're going to dismantle one of the most overlooked vulnerabilities in the digital landscape: your password. This isn't going to be another checklist video. This is a walk into the mindset of the adversary. We're reverse engineering how people get hacked, quietly, efficiently, without even realizing it, so we can position ourselves beyond reach. You'll leave this video with not just stronger passwords, but a strategic understanding of how attackers think and why most people unknowingly hand over the keys to their entire digital life. We've been trained to think a password is a simple thing, just a lock. But in truth, it's a blueprint. It says a lot about how we think, what we fear, and how much we value speed over strategy. If you've ever reused a password across accounts or taken a shortcut by tweaking an old one, this isn't judgment, it's recognition. Years ago, I used the same password for everything. I thought I was being smart. I'd picked a phrase from an old movie I liked, swapped some letters with symbols, added a number, and called it a day. It felt clever, until I couldn't log into my email one morning, then my music app, then my online banking. I hadn't been targeted personally. I'd been sloppy, and that carelessness had been cataloged in a data breach I didn't even know I was part of. That day changed how I operate online, not from fear, but from realization. This world rewards preparation. So let's prepare, together. Think of this like training camp. We're going to break down how weak passwords get exploited, not in theory, but step by step. Hackers aren't typing in random guesses. They're running systems that analyze patterns. They get access to a dump of stolen data, hundreds of thousands of usernames and encrypted passwords, and they go to work. They don't need to break into your account directly. They just need one weak link, one reused password. That's why reverse engineering is our tool today. We're starting at the outcome, being hacked, and working backward. Let's assume the attacker gets access to one of your old passwords. It came from an obscure website you don't even remember signing up for. But that password, you also used it for your email, or your cloud storage, or your bank. Now they have access to the control center of your life, not because they cracked anything, because you left the same key under every doormat. That's what makes these attacks so effective. Your digital life changes without you noticing. That's why we're not aiming for hard-to-guess passwords. We're aiming for impossible-to-predict ones. Now, let's talk length. It's often misunderstood. People think complexity is king, but in reality, length provides far more strength than a complex but short password. 4 random words strung together can be exponentially more secure than a short password packed with symbols. Why? Because of entropy. The more characters, the more combinations required to guess it. And if those characters are genuinely random, not anchored to your life, you've built something worth relying on. A fortress. So here's what I do now. Every password I create is generated. I don't see it. I don't memorize it. I don't need to. My password manager handles it all, and it's locked behind biometric authentication and 2-factor security. It took me a while to trust the system, to stop clinging to the illusion of control by remembering everything myself. But once I adjusted, the mental freedom was enormous, and more importantly, the security was airtight. Let's take it even deeper. Why do we fall into these traps? Why do smart people reuse passwords even when they know better? Because of urgency. Because the login screen pops up and the thought is, I'll just use the same one for now. I'll fix it later. But later doesn't come. That, for now, becomes permanent. And that's what the attacker counts on. We reverse engineer that moment too. Not just the breach, but the moment of weakness. That's where real security starts. Not with technology, but with behavior. Every time you choose convenience over caution, a new crack appears in your armor. But this isn't a message of fear. It's a message of capability. You are capable of building digital systems that are stronger than most companies. You are capable of choosing habits that don't just protect your email, but your identity, your privacy, your future. You're not powerless. You just haven't been trained. That's what this channel is here to do. So let's recap. Step 1. Audit your passwords. Every single one. If it's reused, change it. If it's guessable, replace it. Step 2. Install and use a password manager. Trust it. Let it generate passwords for you. 20 characters or more, no patterns. Step 3. Add two-factor authentication wherever possible. That's your backup wall. And Step 4. Stay aware. Periodically check if your email has been part of a breach. There are trusted services that can help you with that. Awareness isn't paranoia. It's positioning. In a digital-first world, your passwords are more than a login. They're your first line of defense in a world where attacks are silent. But you're not just a target. You're a strategist, and you've just taken your first step toward digital self-defense. Don't wait until the breach to take this seriously. Move now. Think ahead. And remember, the strength of your password reflects the strength of your planning.